Okay, konnichiwa. This is 3-in-1 language level up: Japanese, Filipino, American English. Uh, Chai Ji Chan des. I am Chai Ji Chang of YouTube, and this is vlog38, a continuation of vlog24. The title of which was, if you remember, um, I think it was about the COVID protocol. Okay, um, the three mitsus, no, in Japanese, no, three mitsus, which I'll be explaining. So mitsus is like this, mitsu, like that, no. Okay, this is the kanji for mitsu, which I'll be explaining. Okay, the three mitsus, three kanjis like this. Okay, so please listen. This is important. Okay, so let's read. This is the content of the headline on of vlog 24, Manila Shimbun. The content of the headline. So it says here. Now, before we start, let me give you a background on translation, the mechanics of translation. What we do is, first you look at the whole paragraph, and then we cut the paragraph into sentences, no? In this case, the whole paragraph is one sentence because we don't see any period, right? So what we do, we cut the paragraph into sentences, and the sentences, we cut it further into phrases. Okay, and to find out which phrase is standalone phrase, you look at the period. This is Japanese period, right? So the Western period is like this, whereas the Japanese period is big like that. So you look at the periods or the comma, like this one and this one, comma. Okay, Western comma is like this, and Japanese comma is like that, as you can see. So you look at the phrases, and you translate it by phrase. Of course, the phrase, boil it down further to words. Okay, so, and normally when you translate Japanese to English, you start with the end of the sentence. Like, this is the end of the sentence, the ending verb. Like in this case, well, this is the end verb, no? Utaeru, utaiteru, utai, utai, utaeteru. And you look at the subject. You look for the subject. And normally the subject precedes the hiragana wa. So therefore, as you can see, the word preceding the wa is the WHO, World Health Authority, Organization, World Health Organization. World Health Organization. In Nihongo, that's Sekai. Okay, Sekai. Sekai. kai, sekai. Then ho, sekai ho. Keng, sekai hokeng. Sekai, sekai hokeng. Kikang, kikang. Okay, kikang. Okay, that's WHO, World Health Organization. Sekai hokeng kikang. Wa. Okay, so that's the subject. Okay, so you look at the verb of this subject. Okay, the verb is normally at the end. At the end. Or you can dissect this, as I said earlier, this whole paragraph or whole sentence by looking at the inner verbs. Like in this case, this is the verb. Suru, this is the root word of this she is suru. Okay, so shimasu. So she. Okay, so the expression tosuru, okay, tosuru, something tosuru, no, can be translated or is translated as considers or regards. Okay, regards to be, considers to be. Like if we will translate this phrase now from here up to this verb here, so we can translate it as that WHO considers or regards it to be taisetsu, important, no? Taisetsu. The WHO considers it important, no? Taisetsu. And you have here sakeru. Sakeru is means to avoid, no? Means to avoid. So the WHO considers it important to avoid. Okay, this koto makes the preceding verb a noun. Okay, a noun. The verb is considered a noun. So the WHO regards or considers it important to avoid. Okay, so you have already translated up to here. The WHO considers or regards it important to avoid what? Of course, direct object, because you have the O. To avoid the three mitsus. Okay? 3 mitsus. So this character is wrong. Newspapers also make a mistake. You know, like this one is a mistake because this means this is Mitsu, of course, no. But this is the Mitsu of Hachimitsu. Hachimitsu is honey, no? Hachimitsu. So this is wrong. Okay? So this should be this one, Mitsu. Okay? So WHO considers it important to avoid the three Mitsus, this kind of Mitsu, this kind of kanji. Okay? Okay, so uh, Bai mo. Bai mo. Bai mo. Bai is in case, no? In case. In case. Okay? So, even in case of, no? Even in case, even if, no, even in case, or even if, okay. So the WHO considers or regards it important to avoid the three Mitsus, even if, okay, even if, okay. So kisei, this is kisei. So kisei means, so kisei means protocol or rules and regulation, no? It means rules and regulation. Rules and regulations, no? Or we can say protocol. Okay? So the WHO regards it important to avoid the three Mitsus, even if in case the protocol is protocol. Okay, this one, nado no for me is translated as protocol, like, or such as. Okay, so as you will notice, the flow of translation is from end to the beginning, to the start, no, except for the subject. Okay, WHO, notice that I'm moving the opposite direction from right to left. Okay, WHO considers it important to avoid the three Mitsus, even in case of the protocol, okay, like, or protocol such as gai shutsu, seigen, such as Gaishtu means going out. Okay, and then seigen means restriction, such as restrictions to go out, no? Such as restriction to go out. Such as restriction to go out, and so on, no? So, and so on. So, and so on. Okay? And then, tame. Tame. Tame means in order to. Tame. 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 In order to. Or you can say so as to. Okay, so as to. The fusegu. This is fusegu. Fusegu. So as to this is fusegu is to prevent, no? Or to avoid, no? In order to or so as to avoid what? Direct object. Kansen. Kansen. Kakudai. In order to prevent the spread of, no? Kakudai is the spread or expansion. But better English, of course, is spread, no? Spread of kansen, infection. Infection. Okay, so in order to prevent the spread of infection of Shingata corona uwirusu. Okay, so coronavirus. Shingata means a new strain, no? New, atarashi, no? New new type of coronavirus. Okay, so but this one in English you don't translate na, you don't. This is just Japanese media. They use this in the Japanese media. Okay, so this is the first phrase. The first phrase is this one, from here to here. From here. Okay. So in English, you can translate it as follows. WHO regards it important to avoid the three mitsus, even if the protocol such as restriction to go out is this one pala, I failed to, I missed this out. Kaijo. Kaijo means Kaijo. Kaijo means Kaijo means to release. Okay, so the restriction is remove, release or remove, no? Release or remove. Okay, so WHO considers it important to avoid the three mitsus, even if the protocol such as restrictions in going out is released or is removed. Okay, in order to prevent the spread kakudai, no? Of infection of coronavirus. Okay, so that's it. So we just finished translating this. Okay, and then to continue, okay, and so to continue to connect two phrases, like this is the first phrase with the second phrase, this one, just use the connective uh, particle na end, no? And utay teru, utay teru, utay, utay, utay teru. And again, the subject is of course understood to be WHO. And is utairu is to appeal, no? Utairu, utairu, to appeal. Utairu means to appeal or nakikiusap, no? Is also this one teiru, so it's ongoing. It's a progressive verb, no? Gerund. And is appealing what? Direct object. What? That to avoid, okay, or that the three C's, the three letter C's, no, be avoided. Okay, or you can translate this as is appealing to avoid the three C's, Mitsuno shi o sakeru koto. Okay, so and then again backwards, no, the flow of translation is backwards. Totte, this is from the verb toru, to take. So taking this is kashira moji, kashira moji. Kashira means the head, no? The head. This is atama. Kashira is the well, I would say atama is the kunyomi. Kashira is well, I don't know if it's also kunyomi, no? Because the onyomi of this one is to. No? Anyway, kashira moji. Moji means the character. Okay, so kashira moji means the first letter of a word. So the head word, head alphabet, head letters. Okay, so the first letter C. Okay, so the WHO is appealing to avoid the three C's, taking, because if you have T, that's te, no? Just a gerund, no? Progressive. Taking the first letter C of the English language, no? Ego, no? Of the English language. Imi suru. Imi means meaning, okay? Imi siru, okay? So that means miss you. Okay, this one is miss you, missetsu, and mippei. Okay? So, these three C's refer to the Mishu and Missetsu and Mippei. Okay? So, this in English, the first letter C is Mishu. This is congested. See, so C, meaning crowded. O in Tagalog, siksikan. So, i-avoid yung una sa lahat, congested na lugar or crowded na lugar. So, mishu. Okay? So, yung siksikan na lugar. And then, second is, itong misetsu, close contact. Another C na naman yan. So, misetsu, close contact. Ibig sabihin, magkadikit-dikit, walang social distancing. Okay, so this refers to a situation in which there's no close distancing. There's no social distancing, I'm sorry. Social distancing. So, C and C. So, two C's na yan. Those are two C's. And then the last C is MIPPay. So, this MIPPay is this is how do you call that? Closed area, closed space, or closed room. Okay? So, this one is congested, crowded. So, this one is a crowd. So, avoid crowded places. Avoid close contact, meaning you have to have social distancing. And then avoid closed rooms or closed areas, no? Closed areas, closed spaces, closed areas. Okay, so that's how it is translated. So, well, let's be thankful. We have the AI or machine translators, no? You can translate this in less than a minute or a few seconds only. You can translate. But if you do it mechanically using your brain, it takes quite some time. The way I did it. Okay, so again, to read this goes as Sekai Hoken Kikan, WHO wa Shingata Corona Uirusu no Kansen Kaku Dai o Fusegu Tame Gaishutsu Seigen nado no Kisei ga kaijou sareta bai mo 3密を避けることが大切だとし、密集、密接、密閉を意味する英語の頭文字 C を取って3つの C を避けることを訴えてる。Okay? So, in English yan, ang pag-translate niyan, okay, Filipino muna. Kasi Japa Film. Japa Film. Japa Film. Japa is Japanese. Phil is Filipino. Then is American English. So, Filipino muna. In Filipino yan, ang WHO ay kinokonsidera na importante ang pag-iwas sa tatlong mitsus. Kahit na ang protocol katulad ng restriction sa paglabas ng bahay, no, ay inalis na, no, upang iwasan ang pagkalat ng impeksyon ng coronavirus. Okay. At umaapila ang WHO na iwasan ang tatlong letrang C na nanggagaling sa first letter C ng mga salita in English na ang ibig sabihin ay miss you, no? Siksikan. And then missetsu, magkakalapit-lapit ang bawat tao, no? Walang social distancing. At finally, MIPPAY, saradong kwarto o lugar, no, na walang hangin, di ba? Kumbaga nakakulob kayo. Okay, so yan ang translation sa Tagalog niyan. Sa English naman, WHO, okay, considers, no, it important to avoid the three mitsus, even if the protocol such as going out of the house, the restrictions going out of the house is removed, no? In order to avoid the spread of infection of a new strain of coronavirus. And WHO is appealing that we avoid the three C's, taking the first letter C's of English language, that means crowded, close contact, and then closed areas or closed rooms. Okay, so that's it. So if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to write in the comment below. Okay, this is to be continued again because we have 2 paragraphs actually. This is only the first paragraph. Okay, thank you very much. Bye. Diyan eh.